it continues to seesaw back and forth, and this is the reason why. Both of them have been to victory lane 5 times already. What a great season both drivers are having. And look at this list of names of drivers that we have had win races.
That battle for 8th and 9th continues. Brian Scott had it a few moments ago. Skinner was behind him. Skinner made the move on the outside. As you mentioned, Mikey, Skinner's been the one that's run the highest here.
Look at Johnny Benson. He drove up on the inside of the 6 truck of Colin Brown off turn 4. Colin shut the door, and these guys can't figure out who needs that 8th spot worse. They've been back and forth just about every lap. The last time I looked up, Skinner was down low and Scott was up high.
Ooh, Skinner got a good run. Brian got a little bit loose. It looked like that time on the bottom of the racetrack. Skinner drove by him on the outside.
Just pulling away from Brian Scott. Brian Scott's able to hug that white line down on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Johnny Benson again, trying to get past that 6 of Colin Brown, and now we're at the make or break point as far as tires. If a caution were to come out right now, it'd be a huge gamble to come onto pit road.
I think the guys up front have to stay out. The guys at the back of this lead lap really have nothing to lose to come in, and that could really gain them some spots towards the end of the race.
Well, we've got 17 trucks on the lead lap. I think if I'm running 8th, 10th, 12th, and now I'm definitely coming to pit road. But these leaders now, I believe, will stay out. I don't think they're coming back to pit road. Look at that left front corner of Tom Bodine's truck. That's downforce. That's aerodynamics pushing that truck down. So far, it's dragging the ground.
And remember, they put a front end on that 30 of Todd Bodine when he had some damage earlier, didn't they, Ray?
Yeah, and that could be a big problem for him here in the closing laps, Rick. The water temperature going sky high on this number 30. The tape apparently has fallen down and blocked that off. And as Michael said, the air's going over that truck, but it's not going into the engine. And Todd is saying the water temperature continuing to rise here. We don't have that many laps left, but they're certainly concerned about it.
Ray, I've got a solution to that problem for Todd Bodine. Stop looking at the gauge.
Well, you're not going to do anything now.
Exactly. You're not going to stop.
You're inside 10 laps. 9 to go.
You're just going to hope that Toyota motor will keep on perking for another 15 miles or so.
Ron Hornaday almost a 2-second lead over Kyle Busch as we're down to the final 9 laps of racing here at Texas Motor Speedway.
You know, it's Halloween. Crazy things happen.
Oh, we've seen some crazy things happen already tonight.
Well, we've had like 3 or 4 straight green-white checkers here at Texas. Something crazy.
It has been amazing.
5, Michael, 5.
Travis Kvapil has fallen back into the clutches of Terry Cook. That is a battle for the 6th spot.
Again, Terry Cook has started every race here at Texas Motor Speedway. 21 races previously, this being the 22nd tonight.
He'd like to get by that 09 truck of Travis Kvapil. Mike Skinner continues to lead that battle for the 8th spot over Brian Scott.
Ray Dunlap just told me in my headset that it was 5.
He told me in my headset, and Phil in his headset,
and everybody
in America watching, it's been 5.
Oh. I thought he was doing like the...
He told us all.
I thought the statistician gave me another little hint there, but that was... Everybody heard that?
Yeah, everybody.
We all heard it. Here comes Terry Cook to the outside of that 09.
And I love this run Terry Cook's having. Just changed rides, and darn, he's driving that thing. He's up to the 6th spot.
You know, Ray told us this was the same truck he had at Atlanta. Had a great truck at Atlanta. A left rear wheel worked loose. Ended up causing him several laps during that race. Had a good top 5 run going there, but looks like he's just outside the top 5 right now with a great run going.
Now again, only 17 trucks are on the lead lap. Hornaday is going to be coming into lap traffic now as he's closing in on Shelby Howard.
You know what happened the last time he closed in on lap traffic? They had a crash.
It was a problem.
Got all wadded up.
We're here in the 30 is not keeping up the blistering pace that he was setting earlier. Again, Todd Bodine running in the 3rd spot. It's Hornaday, Kyle Busch, Todd Bodine, Colin Brown, and Johnny Benson. They're your top 5. Then Terry Cook, Travis Kvapil, Mike Skinner, Scott Speed, or Brian Scott and Scott Speed are your top 10.
Look at Johnny Benson. He's starting to look around, Phil. He needs to make something happen. He knows there's 10 points right there off his nose. If he can just grab them, that's the difference between leaving Texas 2nd in the points. What do you do off turn 2?
Colin Brown got a little bit loose, and now that opened the door for the 23 of Benson. Here he goes. 5 more points for Johnny Benson, trying to take 4th away from Colin Brown.
He clears Colin Brown.
Go get the 30 now. 4 to go. You can do it.
4 to go. Go get the 30. Go get the 30. We want to leave Texas with the point lead, Johnny.
He has it right now because those 5 bonus points put him back in front of Ron Hornaday.
He'd rather have 6 points than 1. I'll guarantee you that.
He'd rather have the win.
And you like to see Johnny Benson. He's driving with all of his heart right now. He's following the white line. line, running on the bottom of the racetrack, wasn't getting anywhere. So he started sliding up the hill, trying a different line. Todd Bodine's running all over the track, trying to hold Johnny off.
Johnny Benson, as we come into the quad oval, will have just 3 laps to go. Can Hornaday hold on for 3 laps for another win here at this racetrack? Or will Kyle Busch be able to catch him? It is a big gap right now between first and second. 1.8 seconds separate Hornaday and Kyle Busch. Todd Bodine back in third, trying to hold off Johnny Benson. And Benson wants those 5 points more than anybody on the racetrack right now. Adam Alexander, what are we hearing from Johnny Benson?
It's not what we're hearing from him, Rick. It's what we're hearing from his spotter, Rocky Ryan. After he passed Colin Brown, Rocky came on the radio and said, 3 to go. He's a piece of cake, referring to the 30 right in front of him. Johnny Benson hoping to get around him and get 5 more points.
Look at Johnny Benson, runs high up the racetrack, tries a different line than Todd Bodine. Looks like it's working. Phil's got some momentum off turn 2.
Got a little run going. Todd pulls down the block. Johnny's going to follow him this time. Lap and a half to go.
As this battle continues, Ron Hornaday crosses the start-finish line. White flag, 1 lap to go here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Johnny Benson will have to make a big run on the outside of 1 and 2 to see if he can do something with Todd Bodine.
Johnny Benson looking to the outside one more time. Todd Bodine on the bottom. Johnny Benson moving to the outside as they continue to battle down the backstretch.
Oh, Todd slid up the racetrack. It's going to open the door on the bottom for Johnny.
Johnny Benson makes his move to the bottom. Coming out of 4 across the start-finish line. Hornaday wins at Texas. That battle now decided. Johnny Benson in front of Todd Bodine. 5 more points for Johnny Benson. The difference is 6 here at Texas.
Great run by Ron Hornaday. That Pro Motor Engineering horsepower propelled that truck up to the front, beat that 51 truck of Kyle Busch.
And Kyle Busch was coming. He was all over Ron at the finish.
What an amazing run again for Ron Hornaday. This team is on a roll. They are so strong. The 6th win of 2008 for Ron Hornaday and Rick Wren. And let's hear from Rick Wren.
Well, and Ron Hornaday just came on the radio, guys, and said, this is about the hardest race I drove all season. I am worn out here. But Rick Wren, you guys did not give up on this. Down a lap, and you come back and you win this thing in very dominating fashion. How'd you do it?
Well, we knew we had a pretty good race truck, and I didn't worry about setting it up for qualifying. I set it up to run the race and hoping that I had guessed right. And you know, I called him in, and I mean, it took 18 gallons of gas when we come in. So, I mean, I still made the right call. It's just he got up on the wheel and drove really hard. I mean, truck was good, pit stops were good, and I don't know what else to say about Hornaday. But I'm going to tell you what, I really want to thank the VFW because we put on an awesome show last week. We didn't get the trophy that they wanted us to get. But, you know, the veterans in this company, in this country, made this country what it is. And I just want to say hats off to all the VFW, all the vets, everybody that's helped us out. But I also want to wish everybody happy Halloween.
All right, thank you, Rick, and congratulations. Rick Wren gets his 21st victory as a crew chief. That moves him ahead of Randy Goss, second on the active crew chief list, right behind Dennis Conner.
My wife will be happy.
Johnny Benson climbs out of his Toyota Tundra.
I bet you he'll say that's one of the hardest races he's driven all year, too. What a battle at the end, Johnny Benson prevailing over those guys.
A hard-fought battle at Texas Motor Speedway. Ron Hornaday's headed to victory lane, and we'll be there next.